Good morning, good afternoon, or good night, and welcome to Command Power, the show in which we discuss all things Magic the Gathering with a focus on Commander. And today we have another episode in our Spoiler Spotlight series in which I talk about, well, spoilers and tell you what my thoughts are on them. And today we're going to be talking about the card Clive, Ifrit's Dominant from the new Final Fantasy set. For 4 colorless and 2 red, it's a legendary creature, human noble warrior, 5/5 with when Clive, Ifrit's Dominant, enters the battlefield, you may discard your hand, then draw cards equal to your devotion to red. And 4 colorless, 2 red, tap, exile Clive, then return it to the battlefield transformed under its owner's control. Activate only as a sorcery. And on the other side, it is Ifrit, Warden of Inferno, a legendary enchantment creature saga demon 9/9 with a first chapter, Lunge, Ifrit fights up to 1 other target creature, and second and third chapters, Brimstone, add red. If Ifrit has 3 or more lore counters on it, exile it, then return it to the battlefield. Now this card is absolutely sick. As a red player, this is really cool to see because this is essentially straight up red card draw. Yes, you do have to discard a little bit first, but with enough devotion to red, which isn't hard to achieve, this just draws a ton of cards as soon as it enters, and that's something that red really struggles with in general. So it's really nice to see a card that's just going to provide you with a ton of card advantage from the get-go. At the very least, you're going to be drawing 2 cards, so if you have 2 or fewer cards in hand, this is already pretty good. Of course, it scales exponentially from there. If you've been dropping creatures early on, and obviously you're going to be including creatures with a bunch of red mana symbols in them, then this could just draw insane amounts of cards. I also like how it rewards you for emptying your hand, which is going to add to your devotion, so it plays very nicely in that sense. You can play some stuff, end up pretty low on cards, then cast this and immediately draw a ton of cards. Of course, it gets even better with stuff like Conjurer's Closet, which just allows you to rebuy the ETB, which is definitely something we're going to be interested in doing if we ever build a deck around this guy. But honestly, just having it as a one-off is already really powerful. However, there's more to the card as well. I don't actually think the Saga is the main point for this card because the front side is so good, but it is nice to have that option and to be able to reuse the ETB on the front side when this gets to the 3rd step. So flipping this immediately gives you a fight. That's probably going to kill the biggest creature on the board, seeing as this is a 9/9. That's already really nice, but of course the other 2 modes are pretty solid as well. They're just going to provide you a nice amount of ramp. Now that's very good, particularly once you flip back to the other side on step 3, because you're going to draw a bunch of cards as this enters again, which means that you're then going to need mana in order to cast them, so having access to the 4 mana that this provides is very nice. All in all, I think it's a really nicely designed card just on the front side. I'd be happy if that's all it did, but obviously having that effect on the backside is also really solid. I just like devotion as a mechanic, and I really like when they push stuff like that in Commander in order to make people play monocolor more, which obviously is not the best idea mostly. You generally get rewarded in Commander for playing more colors and having access to more different cards, so having cards like this that heavily reward you for going monocolor is really good, and I'm very happy to see it. This being a mythic does concern me a little bit because this set is already very expensive from the get-go, and the fact that there's going to be chase cards like this probably mean that they're going to end up being very expensive, but there's not much we can really do about that, so yeah, hopefully it doesn't get too pricey. So there you have it. Those have been my thoughts on this new spoiler. What do you think though? Do you disagree with me, or do you think I got it right? Let me know in the comment section below. I always make sure to read all of your comments. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to click like or subscribe. It really helps the channel, and until next time, take care.